How are you doing? Let me ring the bell. Storm is sleeping. He's gonna be mad. You know why they took bells down and they stopped ringing bells? Because certain entities don't like the sound of bells. So bells, um, the vibration of the bells, even when you ring it, afterwards you can still hear it. Okay? That's why, like where I'm at, they still ring those bells. But a lot of places they took bells away. Oh, I hope all you guys are doing well. When I tell you what a day, I am just existing, okay? Existing. Storm, he hears the bell. He needs to get up anyways, because he likes to be up all night, okay? All night. He want to know what's going on. Storm. We hear the bells, we hear the bells. Yes. They removed bells everywhere, you guys. Bells were very symbolic. Bells, even after you ring the bell, there's still a vibration, a high frequency vibration. Okay. Um, Also, certain entities don't like to hear the bells. That's why when you keep bells in front of your front door, okay, I have old bells. You should see your grandparents keep bells out in your yard, or off of trees. Um, Also was a warning sign, okay, if somebody was near, okay. The bells will go off, okay, even if they're not in the physical and they're in the spiritual, they will make those bells go off. But a lot of bells was taken down. Um, and I noticed like where I'm at, the bells still go off. They'll go off every, I think, half an hour to an hour, and this is in the city. So they didn't get rid of all bells because in Pennsylvania the bells are still ringing. Woo, Papa. How are you guys doing? Um, you guys, when I tell you I'm existing, I am existing. Um, what storm? I am existing. Um, yes, he wants to go out there. He wants to ring the bells. Yes, it's always to have bells. It's always good to have bells. I keep bells everywhere. Everywhere. There's bells. Um, by my door. There's bells everywhere in my house. Okay. I remember, both my grandparents, my nanny and my Wella always had bells. They always used bells, especially my Wella. And what else? The bells still go off here in Pennsylvania. Okay. They took all the bells down. Yes, Storm. He's saying he wants to go out. You guys, give me a minute. This cat can talk. Okay, I need to put him on the Guinness Book of World Records. And yesterday I was meditating. You guys, he was meditating with me. I'm going to show you the picture. Like there was an aura and a mist around him. Okay, while I was meditating. Hold on for a minute. So there was a mist around him. I was meditating, and there was a damn mist around him. Okay, a mist around me and him. Okay. Um. I wanted to know if you guys want me to answer a question. People are emailing me. I guess they can't afford reads. And I've been busy packing. So, and I got up and started dancing. My ancestors, when they say get up and dance, I dance with them. I know y'all think I'm crazy. Um, so bells were really interesting because in Pennsylvania, in any town in Pennsylvania, the bells still ring. Okay. Now I don't know if the bells ring where you guys are at, but the bells ring here in PA. Okay, they ring them damn bells. Okay, and I think they ring the bells every half an hour. Okay, um, and one day I might go down to the market and sit down there, go shopping, and sit out there so you guys can hear the bells ring. Okay, I don't know if the bells ring in Europe. Um, I don't know, but they ring here. Okay, I'm pretty sure they probably ring in certain parts of Europe. Okay, certain places the bells still ring. But I think it was during the 30s or 40s, they start taking all bells down. Okay, um, and I remember I found a bell. One of my bells was actually was not. I never bought it. Wasn't given to me. Wasn't passed down. This bell I just found. I was coming out to my car, and the damn bell was there. Okay, so I know somebody left me the bell. Somebody in my family made sure I had that bell. Okay, and it's sometimes it gets loose, and I tighten it up, and I still use the bell. Okay, so I think it was like it the 30s or 40s they start taking the bells down. Um, but I always ring the bells. I don't play. The bells are everywhere. They're outside my front door. Um, they're in my house. It's interesting because they used to call it the witches. The even the church bells are the witches' bells. Okay. A lot of witches were murdered because of they were called witches. They gave them the name witches, but they were actually healers. Okay. So they had to crucify the women that were healers, and they had to give them a name. So the name they gave them was witches. Okay, that's how all that started. Okay, let me see if I have the picture. I have to forget what year they took all the bells down, but the bells are still ringing and they're still here. So you heard the church bells and you hear the witches' bells. Oh boy. So does anybody want to ask me a question? Uh, Let me see. I picked one person I'm gonna do a free read for the month of August. And the person, he's a member of my channel. Let me go. I picked one every month. I'll be picking one person. So August 1st, I will be picking the person that has a membership to my channel and will give them a free 15-minute read. Okay. I did pick a person. Let me see. And I'll probably announce that person on August 1st. And then I will reach out to that person and let them know that they'll have a 15-minute, and this is for members, okay? So if you're a member, not if you're just prescribed, you guys can still hit the like button, prescribe to my channel, um, and like my videos, but if you're prescribed to my channel. So I'm going down the list and I'm just going to pick random people. Um, the ones that have loyalty badges, they will get free 15-minute reads. I will pick one person every month. Um, thank you. Thank you guys. Yeah, I'm going to pick on August 1st. I will announce who I pick. Um, and then I will email the person and then I'll schedule a time to do the 15-minute reading for you, okay? And you can ask whatever you want to ask for those 15 minutes. So I would suggest you write down what you need to ask. Um, thank you guys so much for the members. So you can write down what you want to ask me, and then I'll tell you what I see first, okay? And then you can ask the questions, and I'll give you the answers to the questions that you ask. Okay. So I have a question. What I want to talk about. Okay, so August 1st, I will be announcing the person's name, and I will email because I have their email addresses. I have all you guys' email addresses, okay, that are members, okay, not just people that prescribe to me, but members, okay. I feel like I need to give back, and that's my way of giving back, okay. My way of giving back is every month a member on my channel, I will pick your name on the first day of the month or first week of the month. I will say your name and then I will email you and give you a free 15-minute reading. Okay? That is my gift to you. Okay? That is my gift for showing love to my channel, for supporting my channel. You guys, I don't get paid off of YouTube. Okay, I only got one check off of YouTube, and I've been on YouTube for quite some time. Okay, I'm here to raise the consciousness, the awareness, the subconscious, the unconscious mind, and the conscious mind. Okay, so that is my gift to you. Okay, so I will be picking that person. Thank you guys for becoming members. Thank you guys for listening to me. And thank you for the support, you guys. I can't say it enough. A lot of people have channels and they don't thank people for the support, and it's just crazy, okay? If it wasn't for the viewers, they wouldn't have the support, okay? And some people forget where they come from. I will never forget where I come from, okay? Never, never, never. Because where I came from made me who I am today, okay? And I love it, okay? You have to walk through it to speak about it, right? And you have to live through it, right? So I hope everybody's doing well. So I have a okay. So if any of you guys want to ask any questions, I'm only going to charge you $22.22. You can ask me one question. I'm not using no cards. I'm not using no shells. Ask me the question, and I will give you the answer to the question. Okay? No cards, no shells. I'm holding my phone with my other hand. Okay? So all you gotta do is ask the question. If you want to, you have to cash at me or Venmo me, and then I will give you the answer. Okay? I'm just existing, you guys. I've been so busy packing. Um, I was up packing to like 2 o'clock in the morning, you guys. My future is gonna be a traveler, like literally. And when I become a traveler, like I have to be like prepared to travel with the bare minimum. Okay? Because I overpack and I know I don't need all the stuff that's in my suitcase right now. So some of that stuff is going to have to come out my suitcase, okay? Because I don't need all that stuff, okay? But I always feel like when I'm traveling, like, well, what if well, of course I'm going to go out for dinner. Of course I'm going to go to nice places. Of course I'm going to just have fun wherever I go, right? And not just that, like be in water in different places, right? So I don't know about you ladies or men, because I know some men overpack and some. Well, I never really seen a man overpack. I seen women overpack. When I was in New York, I remember I packed like if you guys want to ask a question, send me Venmo, Cash App. If you need my Cash App information, let me show you guys in my Venmo. You can ask me one question. No cards. I don't need no cards. I'm a true psychic, you guys. This is what I do. True psychic. Okay, true psychic don't need cards or need shells or none of that. Ah, okay, so that's my Cash App and show you my Venmo. So even when I went to New York the first time, I overpacked. The second time, I was like, nah, I'm packing like 4 or 5 outfits and that's it. Cause I don't care. Like people need to learn to like not overpack. But I'm an overpacker, and that's something I gotta work on. Especially if I'm gonna be a traveler and travel the world. I can't be overpacking, okay? Because it costs money. And not just that, like, I know when my mother travels, she always comes back sometimes with the clothes on her back, okay? Literally, when she goes to Jamaica, you have my Cash App, okay? When she goes to Jamaica, she travels a lot, and when she can, she's getting a little bit older now, but she's in good health. If you guys see my mom, you guys will see her next week. She looks good, okay, for her age. And when I tell you, she sometimes she goes and she travels and she comes back with just the clothes on her back, okay. She doesn't care. Did you guys get my Cash App? I'm trying to see if I found my Venmo on here. But yeah, like my mom's a real one. She understands this world is about giving back, um, and giving back to others less fortunate. So yeah, it's plenty of time she came back. Let me show you my Cash App. So she she goes to Jamaica. She even sends barrels, and it's Jennifer Felix readings, and I have my indigenous tribal stuff. Let me show you a picture. And she comes back with like no suitcase. Like she even leaves the suitcases, you guys. My mom really cares about others. She's a giver. Sometimes it's good to be a giver, but sometimes it's not good to always be a giver because you also need to I have your cat. Okay. It's also, I mean, she has a balance. So she gives and she receives, okay? You don't always want to be a giver because people take advantage of you. Um so it's a give and take, right? You give and you receive. You receive and you give. That's how the universe works, okay? Um yep, $22.22, and you can ask me one question and I will give you the answer to the question. Um, when you send me the money, I will give you the answer. And you ask the question, and I'll give you the answer to the question. I've done this before. I've done this a couple of times. Okay, so, um, okay, sent. Okay, so I'm not gonna say your name. I don't know if you. I'm gonna say keeping it real. Let's put keeping it real. What is your question that you have to ask? One question. Keeping it real. I'm not gonna say your first name. So ask the question and I'll give you the answer. What is holding your money back? I feel like what's holding your money back is, I feel like your location, and I also feel like you're settling for less. It's not that you have low self-esteem. It's like you're too comfortable of where you're at. So I feel like you have to put yourself out there more, and also set your standards higher. Okay. Because sometimes when you go to a job or you go to places and you tell them, oh, they ask you, okay, they tell you what they're going to pay you. No, you have to know, you have to go high and then go low, and then negotiate. Okay. Also, I feel like it's your location. The location where you're at, I feel like you may have thought about moving, or you have moved. But I see in your future you will be moving. Also feel like you're getting a job opportunity somewhere else. Um, and this is another state, um, from where you're at now. Okay. So I feel like that's what's holding you back. And I also feel like, you feel like, I also see your family. So I also feel like in life we have to live for ourselves. We can't live for others. Okay. So I feel like three things for you: your location, I feel like you're settling for less than what you deserve, and number three, I feel like, you feel like you need to be around your family. You're very family oriented, but I feel like sometimes people don't, no, not sometimes, most of the times your family will hold you back from your true blessings. Okay. They'll keep you stuck in a area, an environment, and because you want to be around them, you want the support, but you can always fly to them, you can always visit them. Okay. That's what I feel like. There's blockages in your finances. And I feel like, keeping it real, you spend too much. You spend too much. You need to micromanage. I see you shopping a lot. Okay? So you have to micromanage your money. Because I see you like nice things. Okay? You like to shop. You like to get your hair done. You like shoes. You like clothes. So you're keeping your own self back. You're keeping your own self back as far as your spending habits. So you have to learn better spending habits. It's better spending habits. So when you see those pair of shoes, or you see those clothes, or you want to get your hair done, think about what's more important. Okay? Because I see that you want to do, like your business, like open up a business, and you can do it, but you have to, like, you, when you start a business, you struggle in the beginning, but after you struggle, the fruits of your labors will pay off. So you have to give, I'm going to say you have to give something to get something, but I just feel like you have to always ask yourself, do you really need it? Do you want it, or do you need it? Okay, ask yourself, do you want it, or do you need it? Okay, so I see you spending too much money. I feel like your location, you can't grow in that environment for some reason. Your family, I feel like you owe your, you're very nurturing spirit, so you worry about others, and you need to start worrying about yourself. Because when you get older, you're gonna say, "Damn, I didn't wasted all these years on all these other motherfuckers and not worried about myself." Okay, so you need to take care of yourself. Okay, um, yes, your kids. um, but yeah, so you need, and especially if your kids are grown, they need to figure it out. Okay, you can visit them. You can visit them, but they need to figure it out. Okay, I love my kids, but nobody's gonna stop me from what I gotta do in this life. Okay, and nobody's gonna stop me from taking trips and none of that. I'll see them when I come back. Okay. Yeah, so it's about you. Okay, sometimes as parents we feel like we owe our children. We don't owe our children nothing. We raise them, and we let them out there in the world, and they need to figure it out. When they hit a certain age, they need to figure it out. Okay. Now, if it, they can come to you for advice, but you can't keep enabling them because they're going to keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. Okay? So that is the answer for you. Okay? Does anybody else have any questions for $22.22? Jada, did you send the Cash App? Because you asked a question about David Shorts. So, are you going to send the $22.22 and then I can answer your question? Uh, does anybody else want to ask any questions? I'm looking at David Schwartz's picture, the white guy, and I know exactly what happens to him. And if you want to pay the $22.22, I'll tell you exactly how the man died and what happened. Okay. I'm looking at his picture now. His case was never solved, but it should have been solved. I'm really starting to believe that some of these cases they don't want solved, but his case should have been solved. Um, was his body found? Has been found. So his body was found. He's a Caucasian male, and I feel like he's a Caucasian male. He's a truck driver, and I know exactly what happens to him. Okay. And it's interesting because the one truck driver I did a read on, they're saying it's AI. Now I was picking up AI. A lot of cases that I do, I pick up AI, and AI is going to be a problem in the future. It really is going to be a problem in the future. But I also feel like they're using AI as weaponized psyops operation against the American citizens. Okay, and that's going to be a problem in the future. Because if you don't have discernment, you are going to be in big trouble. Okay, because they can start wars with AIs. Okay, with this new technology, the AI is the mark of the beast. Okay, so does anybody want to ask any questions for $22.22? uh, uh, oh man. Yeah, they're saying that that guy Eric, uh, is it Eric Darnell? Um, it was AI. But hey, is it really AI? Did his family come out and talk about it? Because I don't believe anything unless I see it for myself. But um, there is missing truck drivers. Okay, they're going missing. And that an emergency announcement that I made, y'all better take heed. And it's not just truck drivers, it's women, men driving, and they're in these towns. Um, who was that black girl? They pulled her over, and they pulled her over. I tell my kids, I don't care. If you ever get pulled over, you call me right away. Put me on speaker, get the badge number, get everything. Ask the officer. The first thing you ask the officer is what's your badge number? Okay, because people can be in officer clothes, ICE clothes, and you don't even know if they're ICE or really officers. Okay, and that's an issue right there because they can just pick you up and take you to these camps, um, where they're taking all these homeless people. Where do you think they're gonna take these homeless people to? Where you take they say they're gonna. Trump said he's going to take these homeless people somewhere. Where do you think they're gonna go? Where are these homeless people gonna go? If you're homeless and you're watching my channel, I don't care if you guys sleep in your car, if you guys sleep in somebody's yard, or you gotta go call a family member. Do not go where they're gonna take you. Okay, I'm telling you, because you might not be found ever again. Okay. And I'm serious. And it's sad because some people choose to be homeless. I don't believe people choose to be homeless. People might. I believe people don't choose to be homeless because nobody chooses to be homeless. Um, but sometimes when people have mental problems, and it's not even mental problems because if you think of bipolar, you're tapped into a higher consciousness. Even schizophrenia people are tapped into a higher consciousness, but they just don't know how to balance um, what they're actually seeing. Okay, because it's scary. Well, not everybody that's homeless has mental health issues. Some people do, but not all. I wouldn't say all people. Some people are homeless because of circumstances that led them to homelessness. They could have been kicked out on the street. They could not be able to afford their bills. But I wouldn't say everybody with that are homeless have mental health issues because that's not true. Because a lot of people on my page may have been homeless at some point, didn't have nowhere to stay, could have been sleeping on people's couches, or could have been going to different family members' houses because they can't afford their bills. I mean, look how you got rent, you got car payments. If some of y'all paying cars out there, thank God I don't have to pay car payment. But I'm just saying, like, you got car payment, you got mortgage, you got rent, you got all kinds of stuff out here you got to take care of. And you're just paying all these bills and then you wind up broke. What's the point of going to work? This is why I don't believe nobody should be working for nobody. I believe everybody should be having their own businesses out here. Um, yeah, if you lose your job, you're one paycheck from being homeless. Yes, you guys, I remember I was homeless at one point time in my life. And I don't have a mental health issue. I mean, I may be psychic, but I don't have a mental health issue. I remember I told this lady, this old white lady, I'll never forget it. She said to me, "My son is schizophrenic," and I said, "Well, he's seeing from the other side." And she was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's seeing from the other side, but what happens is they're not grounded. So when they're seeing and they're hearing from the other side, they go crazy." Okay? Um, it's okay. We're all on here to learn. My apologies. I mean that are sleeping on the streets and sidewalks. I don't believe everybody that's sleeping on the streets and sidewalk chooses to be homeless. I believe circumstances lead them to homelessness, and I believe sometimes mental illnesses, like schizophrenic and bipolarness, or even veterans because they have PTSD. They go over there and they see all this crazy stuff, and they never seen it before, and they come back and they're not the same. Um, but it's not a wrong answer. So, um, yeah, so I think Donald Trump is signing a bill, like if you're homeless, that I guess they're gonna put them. And I told you guys this. Oh my goodness, I told. Let me ring this bell. Let me ring the bell. I told you guys that he was going to do this. I told you guys he was going to do this. I told you. They've been doing this since COVID. They've been building all these old Walmarts, old buildings, warehouses. They've been, you guys, when COVID shut down, they were building, okay? They already knew what was going to, they already knew what was going to come, okay? So my thing is, if you're homeless, do not go to these camps. Do not go. I'm telling you. If you have a family member out there on the streets, I mean, and you can help them, try to help them. If they don't want to be helped, all you gotta do is all you gotta do is pray for them. Because some people don't want to be helped, but some people do want to be helped. Okay, and some people are so prideful to ask for help that they feel like they're a burden. I know a lot of older people, they feel like they don't even want to ask their own kids. I'm like, first of all, your parents raised you and was good parents to you. Um, and they took care of your ass, wiped your ass, make sure you had food on the table, roof over your head. You shouldn't be prideful as an older, I'm talking about an elderly person to tell, like, if I get to the point I can't take care of myself, I'm gonna tell my kids, look, I can't take care of myself. One of y'all gonna take care of me. my 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 youngest, she already said she's gonna get me an in-law suite because I told her I'd rather die at home in the future. I'm not wishing this on me, and I want to be cremated, okay? And I want a celebration of life. I see in Pen, Pentecostal, Florida, they are building one-room huts for homeless people. Yes, in Florida, they're building huts. But so what it's going to be like? It's going to be the huts. I think they're doing this in Jacksonville too, in Pensacola. Um, they're going to be like in Elon Musk, those homes that he built. They're going to be using those too. So they're going to be all in one area. Just like if you're in the projects, you're in one area. Okay? So you're confined to that area. And you don't ever want to be confined to a certain area, because if things go awry, you want to be able to leave that environment, okay? You don't want to be stuck in one environment, okay? You want to be able to like exit out of that environment, okay? Um, yes, but Pensacola, Florida, they are building one-room huts. I think it also Jacksonville. There's a lot of homeless people in Florida. I grew up in Florida too, and there's a lot of homeless population because they go to Florida, they go to California because of the weather, because of the warm climate weather. Somebody says I'm still interested in the throw bones classes. Okay, Madison. If I have the class for the throwing bones, there will be a price for that class, and it's not going to be like a 1 day class. It's going to have to be a 3 day class, to teach you guys how to read them, how to read the bones. I also have classes with friends. I've been doing this for quite some time. There's a lot of things you guys don't know that I do. I don't just lay in this bed or just sit in my house. Um, that's why I'm telling you I'm existing right now, okay? I'm existing. Um, I was up packing last night, but I do a lot of things. I do spiritual baths. I fly into where people are at, but the people have to fly me into where they're at. If they want a spiritual bath, or they fly to me and I take them to sacred places and they get spiritual baths like that. Okay. So I offer those services. And many people know about that. I have a lot of clientele in Florida and all over, and even international. What else? I also teach people how to scry. Okay, scrying. Okay. I can scry. I can use candle magic. I can do all that. I can do candle magic. I can scry. I can see in the water. I had a class to teach them how to see in the water, faces. Um, and a lot of those people that come to me, some are psychic, some are mediums, some can't see like that. It's weird because they can see the spirits, but they can't see them in the water, or they can't scry. Okay, I can scry and I can see faces in the water and all that. Spiritual baths. Can I order a spiritual bath or thing I can put in my bath to cleanse me? Yes. Um, and it's interesting because where I'm about to go, um, yes, I have bottles of spiritual baths. I can put them up for sale, and I'm also getting ready to go somewhere, and it's natural cleansing healing waters. And when I get there, I will video record it and share it with you guys. When I tell you that water is cleansing, I already have the bottles ready. Okay. So yes, I do sell um so the spiritual baths, you can do a 3-day cleansing, you can do a 1-day cleansing, you can do a 7-day cleansing. Okay? There's also 14-day cleansing. Um when you get to the 14-day cleansing, that's a different kind of cleansing, okay? That's a in-depth spiritual cleansing, okay? But I don't really think you need that one. But I have the 3 days cleansing, the 1-day cleansing, 1 bottle or 3 bottles. And I put my own ingredients that I learned from my ancestors how to make. And anybody on my channel that knows about the spiritual cleansing that I've done on them, please comment below how good it was. So scrying is I'll be okay, so somebody said they'll be purchasing. Okay, so I'll be making the spiritual baths and then when I come back, I will put them online and I will put the price, and then you guys can order them and I can start mailing them out. I'm also making jewelry. So I got a lot going on, you guys. Um Somebody said she is very gifted and accurate. I had a reading with her and didn't tell her anything. She got it all and made predictions. Thank you so much. Okay, so scrying is very interesting. How I was when I was a little girl, I used to scry with my Wella and my nanny, especially with my Wella. And she would put the bowl of water in front of me, and I would look in the bowl of water, and I would actually see what I need to see. Okay. And I have taught psychics and mediums how to scry. Okay. So I'll let you know, you guys. I'll let everybody know when I have the spiritual baths ready. Because I'm going to be doing a live video of this place I'm going, you guys. Oh my goodness, when I tell you the healing properties and the indigenous that used to go to that area, they knew all about that, you guys. I'm telling you. So yes. So I will put those bottles up. So you just wash with them, and I also will email you on certain things you need to do. If anybody has had a spiritual bath from me or a spiritual cleansing, comment below how good it was, how effective it was. So scrying is, you have a bowl of water, right? You look in the water and you see their faces. So say somebody's doing witchcraft on me. I can look in the water and actually see that person's face that's doing witchcraft on me. Or if I need to find somebody, I can look in that water and find them. Okay. Or let's say I want to focus on a particular person I focus inside the water and I focus on their face, and I can see where they're at. It's kind of like remote viewing, but it's just used with the body of water. Okay. Yes, I will let you guys know. Okay, so I'll be mixing some stuff up. All the ingredients, I don't give out the ingredients because this is my generational passed down from generations to generations, and will be passed down to my grandson. Okay. But yes, I do scrying. So scrying is even do it when I'm. So I use water. I do with candles. Also see things with candles. If you guys seen a video I did where I was asking Caden to tell me what happened to him, and he was moving the candle left and right. But scrying is you looking into the water and seeing what you need to see. So there's people that are doing witchcraft on me. So what I do is I look in the water and I can see their faces. Okay. So most people that I did the scrying classes for are people that are friends of mine that are psychics and mediums. So what I did was I do a Zoom meeting with them, and they have their water in front of them, and then we just go from there. Okay. And it's a couple days. It's not like one day. It's a couple days for the scrying class. But scrying, I would say, everybody can't do it. But with practice, you can do it. Okay. But most people that I have had the classes with were either psychic or medium. Now with bones and shells, I've never taught a class on that, but I have a lot of people inbox me for classes for to learn how to read it. A lot of practitioners ask me, even when I go to the conventions, they ask me if I can teach them. I have white practitioners that want to know. I'm just like, well, I mean, a lot of people. But the thing about the white practitioners is, you're stronger when it's in your bloodline. Okay. When it runs through your bloodline, it's stronger. It's just like hoodoo and voodoo. When it runs in your bloodline, it's stronger and it comes easy for you. It's like second nature. Okay. Yeah. So what I see in the water, I see faces. So I had we call it scrying. I had a couple people sending witchcraft, occultists, particular people. Okay. And I could see their faces in the water. Not just in my dreams, I'm also shown in my water. Water and in my dreams. I remember this is just recently. I just had a client from Jamaica, and I did a reading on them. I don't talk about the readings that I do on people, so I don't mention their names because it's confidentiality. And last night, I seen this person. They work hard all their life, and their ancestors showed me their future, and which I already seen it before, but really showed me because it was a message for me to give to them. And I just did a read on them, and I seen what I needed to see when I did the reading. But last night really showed me. I just did a reading on somebody, and they were so happy because it was a dream that they always wanted, and they couldn't even see that dream for themselves. And I called them this morning, and I said, everything I said is going to happen, and even more. Okay, what that business that you want, I see you in the building, calling your family, doing a live, and giving a testimony on how hard they work to get to where they're at. Okay. And they're gonna have their own business because you don't want to work for other people. You want to work for yourself. Okay. So I will let you guys know about the baths, the spiritual baths. You can do them, and I will tell you how to do it. And I will email you personally. Okay. So if you guys ever had a spiritual bath from me, or spiritual cleansing, comment below. I have a lot of clientele in Florida. A lot of clientele. I have clientele all over the world, even international. I have Aborigine friends, Australian friends. So I have people from England. Thank you, Madison. Yeah, I don't feel like when you give a reading, I feel like you need to tell the person what you see and then have them ask questions. So if you ever talking to a psychic or a medium or a tarot card reader and they're asking you the questions, you automatically know like you're wasting your money, okay? Because they should tell you first what they see and then they should ask the questions. Okay, that's what I truly believe, okay? Um I have a friend, I call her my Atlantean sister. She does it the opposite way, but she gets right to the point. She tells you what she sees, and when she tells you what she sees, it's like what I do. It's right, and then you already answer the questions, and then you just ask more questions. Thank you. Somebody says yes, Jen. Spiritual baths are powerful. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Thank you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna be traveling a lot, so I have to get I have clientele all over, you guys, like all over. Um some I fly to, they pay my way to get there and pay for the spiritual bath, and I pay my way back. Okay, that's just the way it works. Okay? But I will definitely let you know about the I will let you guys know about the when I make some more of the spiritual bath. Because I when I make my spiritual bath, is I do petitions, I do prayer, I do all kinds of stuff on my spiritual baths. Um, and I do it the old way. This new way, I don't know. I do it the old way. Yes. Everybody needs to take spiritual baths, even practitioners. Okay, even practitioners that practice always need to make sure they take care of themselves. Okay, somebody sent me a cash app. Okay, so when you want to ask a question. Okay, so I'm not going to say names. I want to say something about that guy, that white guy. What happens to him? Let me see, because I see what happens to him. He was a truck driver. So let me see. Uh, yeah, you guys still have to be careful. Even if if it was fake, still be careful out here, you guys. If you're a minority woman or minority man, don't pull over in a dark area. I'm sorry. Um, I think that one black lady, they took her and they said she killed herself. She suicide herself. And she didn't suicide herself. She actually was murdered. When will my job come in and what would I do? Okay, your job will come in. You know who this is for. 2222. I feel like your job. I feel like right now, this time right now is for you to really get to know what direction that you want to go in. Also, I feel like this time is a time for you to get to know yourself, because before you were so distracted with just working constantly, and you were so not just distracted working constantly, you weren't really living out your dream, okay, your passion. You were just living to be living, okay. And sometime in that quietness, we know what we really want to do. And we have that passion, and in that quietness, we know that, because when you're working, you're not really, you're so distracted. This is what they want. They want you so distracted where you don't know what your passion is or what you want to do. Okay, so I feel like there's more than what you have been doing that you're supposed to be doing. Okay, and that's why I feel like you're in this stage, in this space of quietness. Okay, because you're learning more about yourself. It's also going to teach you to love yourself more, also to love others more, and it's also giving you time to get to know who you truly are. Okay, I feel like you will have a job opportunity. You'll have many job opportunities. We're in the month, we're going in the month of August. You'll have some in August, September, October, November, all the way to the end of this year. But the problem is, you just don't want to go out there and get jobs that you just are not fulfilling, okay? You want to have passion for what you do. And the problem is, you do have passion for what you want to do, but I feel like you have a higher calling, okay? And I feel like by you just working this mundane job, it's like you couldn't see your higher calling or what you're supposed to be doing, okay? Because you were so distracted, okay? So I feel like you will have a job very soon. I feel like that you have got job offers, and I feel like you have turned some down. I feel like you're, and the thing too is sometimes we have these high expectations, which we should have these high expectations, but I feel like this time is a quietness and a silence and a stillness for you, so you can know who you are, right, and what direction you're supposed to go, right? And also where your footsteps are supposed to be led. Because I feel like what you're doing is not truly what you want to be doing. Okay? It's not your passion. Okay? It's paying the bills, but it's not your passion. Okay? You've been working hard all your life, and it's time for you to start to enjoy life, be loved. Not just give love, but be loved. Okay? Um and I feel like you need this time to be in this quietness, in this stillness, if this makes sense. But you're going to get many job offers. They're going to come in, okay? It's just that you never had time to really get to know who you were, because you were so distracted by everything that was going on around you. But this is giving you time to truly know who you are. And when you know who you truly are, you're going to attract all kinds of things. You're going to attract business opportunities, beautiful job opportunities, beautiful love opportunities. So I feel like this is a part of your stillness, okay? And sometimes it's hard when you're in your stillness because you got bills you have to pay. But think of money. I want people to listen to what I'm about to say. Money will always come flowing in naturally, okay? Don't always think about it, okay? Because when you always think about it, it's not going to come in naturally, okay? Because money is not true currency, but the way we perceive money is the wrong way, okay? Because it will come in. You just have to trust, and you have to believe, and you have to find what you're good at, okay? And I feel like with you, you have a story to tell, so you need to start telling your story, okay? And when you're in the quietness, sitting on your porch, or you're just, I feel like you're a storyteller, and I also feel like you have so much to give, and for other generations to come. So I feel like when you are in that quietness, that's where you're gonna find your inspiration. Okay? And I feel like this is a time for you just to be in that quietness. Okay? We all go through that phase where we're in that quietness, isolationist, isolation period, where we truly find out who we are. Okay? We truly love ourselves. We start looking at life different. We start valuing things differently. We start seeing people differently. Even start seeing ourselves differently. And that's where I feel like you're at. Okay. But you're definitely going to get a job opportunity. It's up to you to take it. Um, Now, I do see you working for like an institution, like like a professor, school institution, or something like that. But it's interesting because the position that you want, you're going to be offered even a higher position. Okay, that's what I see, and I see you writing books. Okay, and I think you need to take that leap of faith and not think that you're going to fail, because you're not going to fail. When we go past our imperfections, that's where the perfections happen. Okay. And also when we go past that comfort zone, because I feel like you've been living in a comfort, like a bubble, and you have to go past that comfort, okay, to truly understand who you truly are. Okay. So I feel like you're going to be working like in some kind of institution, but you're not going to be going in there in a lower position, in a higher position. Okay. But I feel like your purpose is even greater than that. And I see you need to start writing. Okay? Start writing. Start writing. And somebody will help you. Somebody will cross path with you and will help you. Okay? To get your dream into your reality. Okay? Um thank you so much. Does anybody else have any more questions? Um I'm doing good, Karen. How are you doing? I'm just on here chatting with you guys. Somebody asked me about a trucker. His case is unsolved. You're doing great. That's good. Somebody asked me about a white trucker and his case been unsolved. Now, we have to be careful in the future because there is black people going missing. There is black people going in jail and they wind up, they say, suiciding themselves. I think it was that girl, what's her name? Bland girl, where they said she was suicidal. I see this a lot, you guys. This is why you gotta be careful when there's mental health issues or like depression, because they're sending frequency waves out, so they're not your thoughts. Okay, there's somebody else's thoughts, and they're sending these waves out. Okay, so be careful and mind your thoughts, because um, they're not your thoughts. Okay, they can send frequency waves out through the phones. They're saying that this black trucker Eric Darnell, I guess this was an AI image. Um, so I don't know. Okay. Um, a lot of people are saying AI, but I wouldn't trust it, even if it is AI. I mean, it's crazy because there's a guy right now in Tennessee, he's missing. And they haven't found him. There's a couple truckers missing actually. And there was a trucker that was actually hung from a tree. He was sitting by the tree. He was from North Carolina. He's coming forward. He has dreadlocks. I think he has dreadlocks. And he was from North Carolina or South Carolina. Um, I don't know, because when I was pulling on Darnell's energy, it seemed so real. Okay, it seems so real, but a lot of times when I do psychic reads, I do feel when I do psychic reads, I feel like it's like a theater magic happening. Okay. What I mean theater magic is like psyops. Okay. So they'll set up a scenario that happened, and then somebody may die or somebody may not die. Like what's that guy, that black guy that they had hit their knee on his neck, and he actually died, and they picked the right police officer, and they picked the right victim. Okay, but the problem in the future, the AI, because some of this you can tell is AI, some of it you can tell this is holograms, and sometimes you can't tell. Like I'll be watching, like sometimes I'll watch news and I barely watch news, and you could tell it's a hologram. The person's not even there in front of us. It's called a ghost government. Yes, the 20-year-old Chicago truck driver they said was hung. Yes, he hung himself. He didn't hang himself. Yeah, George Floyd